As human beings, we're naturally drawn to green space. It relaxes us, energises us, and is proven to positively impact our physical and mental health. But in Melbourne's west, the quality of green space varies. As our population continues to grow, the need to develop quality green spaces intensifies. In a recent survey, 60% of residents in the west said that there weren't enough green areas in their suburbs. And this has a chain reaction. As our population increases, so does pollution, heat, and pressure on the environment. This affects our health and well-being. Did you know people living in green areas are more likely to be physically active and less likely to be overweight than those living in areas without much greenery? So what can we do about it? Recently, representatives from business, community groups, local government and individual residents got together to think about this very question. They were brought together by the Greening the West program. So what is the program about?
In March 2011, we convened a think tank and we put the question out there to about 100 of our peers and stakeholders. What sort of vision can we share for the West? We're all doing some amazing work on our own and each council is doing incredible work. We asked these stakeholders and others as well, what if we work together? What value can we create for the West if we have this regional alliance of partners? And the resounding response was, let's do it. Let's come together and let's share resources, share our vision, share learnings. So enabling livable, healthy communities through urban greening is what we're seeking to do with Greening the West.
The forums included presentations from researchers, academics and consultants on green spaces, explaining the many benefits they offer.
Obviously we know that exposure to greening it has a lot of benefits, both economic, environmental, social, community, health.
Did you know Melbourne's west is hotter and drier than other parts of the city? On average, leafy suburbs can be 2 to 3 degrees cooler than new suburbs without many trees. As well as encouraging us to be active, quality green spaces can reduce heat, lowering energy bills and helping keep at-risk groups like the elderly alive during heat waves. So how do we go from this to this to this? With your help. People who live and work in Melbourne's west know how to do this best. Here's what some of you had to say.
I actually think the discussion about green spaces should be extended to what makes a community and a city livable, and we should project that into the future. So I see green spaces also incorporating agricultural production.
I'd love to see the mall in Footscray turned into a green space. Like, you don't need the road in there, the middle of the mall is just dead. Why not plant it up, have trees, have grass?
I think it's really important for urban environments to be able to educate people about the Australian landscape, as well as just the values of vegetation and being outside.
I like to see more, I guess, what the aim is, more green space, trees in general, like more waterways, more man-made lakes. You can say more outdoor fitness equipment to encourage people to go out and enjoy the green space as well.
At this point in time it's too industrial, it doesn't have enough vibrant green life that brings community together, that gives people joy, makes people happy. It's a very industrial landscape and not enough care has been given to growing that side, and there are so many benefits that are not directly financially visible, but they make a huge impact on the community in general.
We need to green the West because the West isn't green.
The community forums are helping to shape the Greening the West strategy, which will provide the blueprint to achieve a greener, healthier West. From there, partner organisations will work together to secure funding to build on existing programs and take a regional approach to urban greening. So what's next?
It's very clear that in order to be effective, Greening the West needs scale. It needs to represent hundreds, maybe thousands, but hopefully hundreds of thousands of projects. From the pot plant to the roadside, the car park, rooftop, wall, backyard, urban park and wildlife reserve. We need everyone to be thinking about their opportunity to increase rates of photosynthesis in the urban environment.
How can you get involved or find out more? For more information on Greening the West, visit healthyurbanhabitat.com.au and go to the Greening the West section. Let's green the West together.